remember most about the first time we met, aside from my general handsomeness?
He laughs because I always tell him that I noticed his hands. I just always thought he had really nice hands. He's always very well manicured and nice hair, and just had a really great smile. He was the other reporter at the Diocese of Phoenix where we met, and he just always made me laugh.
One of the things I love about you is your generous spirit. You can see that you genuinely care about other people, and specifically people who are less fortunate. And there are a lot of people in the world who say that they do, but you can say that you stand for any number of things, but proving it is a whole nother matter. And you certainly prove it. And then the other thing that I would be remiss if I didn't share is your ability to look beyond the physical. Right? You're able-bodied. I am not, for better or worse, right? But a lot of people can't see past that, and you were able to do that, and that meant a lot to me, and still does. And sometimes you forget that I've got the challenges I do, and you'll say something like, "Hey, hurry up, let's go. I got stuff to do." And what do I always tell you? Like, "Hey, I've got one speed. I'm not fast, I'm not slow, but I'm deliberate."
You mentioned that, sometimes I forget that you have a disability, and I think it's true. I think, though, because I don't think that I've ever seen you necessarily as a person with disability. I've just seen you. And, you've always had such a strength about you and a fortitude, like no matter what gets in your way or what comes across, that might seem like an insurmountable obstacle to someone else, you just figure out a way to just get it done and do it. And so I think, sometimes I do have to stop and remember, like, you can't do that. And I think that's because you do such a great job of helping people to see you, to see your personality, to not see the chair.
There's nobody that I'd rather experience, a new food with, new culture with, or anything like that than you. So, I draw strength from those trips that we've taken, and it's so easy to get caught up in our day-to-day and all the stresses and such, and so to have some time to really pay attention to one another. I love the trips that we take, so I would say that those are, some of the best times that we've had as a couple. And what do you think?
Some of the best times I think we've had are been with our families, like whether we've been in El Paso with mine or in Ohio with yours. And particularly love Ohio just because it's like Norman Rockwell country, just so beautiful and so different from El Paso that's, brown and deserty, like even more bleak than Phoenix. Like my mom always comments how green it is here. That there were trees and farms, and it's just such a different way of life. And I think I've just really always been drawn to that simplicity.
What advice would you give, perhaps like if they're in our case, somebody like me is in a chair, maybe their spouse is able-bodied, what would you share with them?
Be open, and your relationship is going to be just like any other relationship. You're going to have challenges that are just common to being in a marriage that have nothing at all to do with disability. But in terms of when you are experiencing a disability, or if you do have a partner who's living with a disability, is just recognizing in what areas you can assist. And I know sometimes for me, I do sometimes forget. I said, because you have done such a great job of just making me see you, that I am not always great about recognizing your needs. And so I think just for people to be open and just also aware, because I know it's also very tough to ask for help when you need help.
I love you, babe.
Love you too, Brett.